Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships and Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight we are going over the April 2020 update and the patch notes for that update. So, without further ado, let's get this party started. Maintenance times 2 to 5 a.m. Central Time, 7 to 10 a.m. UTC for both consoles. Xbox and PS4 are both going to have a 2.3 gigabyte update. We have been live from early access for 1 year. Hey Legends, our journey in early access began on April 12th, 2019, so it's time to celebrate an anniversary of sorts. While we've had our ups and downs over this last year, and perhaps sometimes even shook the boat, we've ultimately had fun, and we hope that you did too. We're not going all out with the celebrations on this one, but fear not, August will bring the real full release anniversary together with content deals, festivities, to signify the occasion. But for now, read on, turn the tide, and let's shoot some ships. Now, this one is a special one for the channel as well, because once we were released in alpha to put out the first video, which I believe happened in March of last year, they gave the alpha testers the ability to start releasing content. We had already been playing the game, and we were just having a good time. So I started doing what I do, which is pump out daily videos for you guys, and the channel kind of snowballed in a good way. We went from 4,400 subscribers on Easter of last year to now over 16,600, I want to say it's 70 today. That's an insane amount of growth in 1 year for a channel that was relatively small at the time. So I can't thank you guys enough. I am so glad that you guys enjoy what I do, even the saltier side of what I do. And so, thank you guys. And I'm going to keep pumping out videos for you guys. We're going to try to add some new stuff like we've been doing to, spice up the channel a little bit, get a little more diversity out there. But we're still pumping out our daily World of Warships because I love this game, even though it really, really gets on my nerves. But that's the way it was for World of Tanks 2, and it was the same thing. I love the game, and I love to hate the game, but for whatever reason, I just keep coming back for more. It's just, I can't help it. I love these games. We've added a fairly easy mission for you to grab commemorative 1 year strong patch, and to provide you with more opportunities to play the ship, or to enjoy the ship collection that you've accrued over the past year. We're adding the extra wind bonus mechanic that you've gotten to know on the British Cruiser update, but for more ships and with different rewards. These can be redeemed once per ship. The exact rewards are as follows. So here you go. I'm not going to read through all that. The daily first wind XP modifiers will also be increased to ×3 from April 16th to April 19th. So you got a ×3 weekend, so nice. These activities will take place from April 16th through April 30th, while the wind bonus will expire at exactly 6:40 p.m. Central Time, 11:40 p.m. UTC. The heavy red artillery is here, the battleships are here, and I was correct! Woo! I told you guys, I'm not crazy. I do pay attention. Soviet battleships are following their lighter counterparts in this coming update to offer you a high-risk, high-reward brawling playstyle, starting with the Tier 3 Ganget, which I called, the Tier 4 Pyotr, or Pyotr. Somebody's going to hate me for that. I'm not even going to... Veliki? That's my best chance. And Tier 5 Ishmael. And culminating with the Tier 6 Sinop. Now, as always, the early access, you only get Tiers 3 through 6, and then once it releases, then you can get the Tier 7. You'll enjoy continuous gun caliber and armor upgrades. These ships enjoy respectable HP pools and turret traverse pretty quickly. And turrets that traverse pretty quickly. You'll want to stay in somewhat close proximity to the enemy, as Soviet battleships' accuracy is at its best at around 11 kilometers. This means that they excel at brawling and pushing the opposition out of key areas. They are also equipped with a special damage control party consumable that has limited uses but a shorter cooldown, and it's modifiable by commander skills, which we've already gone over for our build in the Imperator Nikolai. So we've already gone over all of that, and our Russian commander guide If you haven't seen that, you can go check that out, and you'll see what I mean by it's modifiable by commander skills, where we go over that in the commanders as well. So also be wary of the high position of their citadels. Angle your ship wisely and never show your broadside unless you're certain of firing a woody salvo. Darn it, I thought I was going to get through this without yawning. Ah! But these ships will be available through Early Access Mechanic, just as the destroyers were before them. Also, don't forget that said destroyers, including the peculiar Tier 2 Dursky, and the overgrown Tier 7 Tashkent, are now yours to research and acquire at your own pace. The Tier 7 Vladivostok will make her appearance in the next update once the Russian and Soviet battleships become researchable. So that's the only one that I really got wrong. I wasn't sure if they were going to go with the Vladivostok or if they were going to skip to Tier 9 and give us the Sovietsky Skoyas, but it looks like we're going to get the Vladivostok when the battleships get out of their early access. As before, the ships have better chances of dropping from big Soviet containers that are available for doubloons, while regular Soviet crates offer smaller chances but are more readily available. Any of the Soviet battleships you obtain from crates can be used to complete their respective mission, which provides you with some extra goodies. But be aware, these missions only come with the ships, so you have to have the ship in order to complete the ship's missions. That's kind of the way that works. If you have any unopened Soviet containers from the previous update, they will still drop destroyers if you get lucky with a ship. So that just goes back to the mechanic of if you hoard crates hoping that when the battleships come out, you'll get battleships, that ain't how it works. The old crates will only have the ships or anything that was available during the old crates life, because the contents of the crate are already selected from the moment you receive the crate. Even if you haven't opened it, it already knows what's in that crate. So hoarding it doesn't do you any good. Unless, of course, you open them at the beginning of a stream like I do. New campaigns and the Imperial currency. So you've got a new campaign coming out for a commander, Mikhail Kidrov, that the man commanded the Russian battleship Ganget as its ultimate prize, and his skills will certainly help you tame the red beasts. So you get a nice commander. Looks like you get a Tier 2 Oleg. So that's interesting. Anyway, take note that the missions will appear differently this time. You have the first set of missions available from the beginning until the end of the campaign, so you don't have to worry about the missions expiring. However, you're not going to be able to complete all of the missions in the first week. So, first set of missions available from the beginning till the end. Then the second set will be live during the second week and can also be finished within 2 full weeks. And last, the third set of missions, which appears on week 3 of the update and has to be completed before the end of May 4th. Keep in mind, however, that every next set of tasks requires the previous set to have already been completed. While you can cram it all into 1 week, we advise that you spread it out over the entire duration of the campaign. The full list of rewards is as follows. Without Admiralty backing, you get all of this. I'm not going to, I'll pause it, or you can pause it and check it out. The value of the rewards without Admiralty backing, 12,185 doubloons. And with Admiralty backing, you get all of this. And the value of the rewards, including Admiralty backing, is 34,860. So you can kind of see what I mean every time I bring up that the 2,500 gold that you spend on the Admiralty backing is definitely worth it, because you end up getting so much more than you would if you were just playing for free. So, anyway, moving on. This is the campaign for the April 13th through May 4th. 40 levels of progression, 3 weeks of missions. And you can see what you're going to get. The Heroic Oleg is a campaign about the eponymous Russian cruiser that survived the Battle of Tsushima, along with cruiser Aurora. Oleg is a Tier 2 premium cruiser that offers a very straightforward style of point-and-shoot gameplay. She shoots in style having a very handsome presentation thanks to her blackish camo with yellow funnels. The campaign runs from May 4th until May 18th, and the 2 weekly sets of missions will be the same. The full list of rewards is as follows. Without Admiralty backing, you get all of this. Total value is 9,620 doubloons. And with Admiralty backing, you get all of this. And the total value is 22,720 doubloons. And this is the one where you get the ship. So, it's going to be interesting. And I kind of like that they have it in a storm, and yeah, that's pretty cool. Now, Imperials are... Yeah, this is the currency. The Imperials are earned while progressing through campaign milestones and completing regular missions. They offer a way to grab some cool and or useful stuff from the Admiralty, such as permanent camouflages from the new ship for the new ships. Commander items or Soviet crates. Rubles are still going to be usable in this update, but the only items that you can exchange them for are standard Soviet crates. You won't be able to collect everything from the Admiralty, so be sure to choose wisely. So that's pretty much normal. You only get so many of these currency, so you got to choose what you want. I usually go for promotion orders, insignias, that sort of thing. So yeah, that's my thing. Ranked battles of seasons 4 and 5. Ranked battles make a return for 2 more sprints with a breather between them. Based on your feedback, we've gone back to the short format, as the longer format had more detractors than we expected. You'll be able to earn some boosters, camouflages, commander items, doubloons, and seasonal patches. Thank God they reduced it again. It wouldn't be so bad if you were spending every day playing the game, but when you get into these longer ranked seasons and you only have a certain amount of time to play the game after work and you're recording and that sort of thing, just from my standpoint, they were just a little too long. It just took too long to get through. I have no doubt that I would have made it to tier 1 eventually, but by the time I got to like tier 5, I was done. I was like, screw this, I'm done. I'm going back to play regular. This is driving me nuts. But anyway, you earn some boosters, camouflages, commander items, doubloons, and seasonal patches. The map tool, and this goes back to, this is the other thing. The longer season format had more detractors than we expected. That means they listened to our feedback, and that's something that I don't think people give them enough credit for. The developers of this game in particular, they listen to everybody's feedback, and they adjust things accordingly. Maybe not necessarily from a balance standpoint on the ships and stuff like that. They do hear us, but they go by their spreadsheets and stuff, which is what Wargaming always does to try to balance their games. So, but for like adding content, adding stuff like that, the ranked battles and all of that stuff, they always seem to pay attention to what people are saying, and then they adjust it. Spawn points in the games, being spotted right away. They've added mechanics to stop that. All of the things that people complain the most about seem to be touched. Now, there's always going to be those people that just complain all the time about one thing, and as soon as that thing gets fixed, then they're already complaining about another thing. So that's a thing. The map pool for both seasons consists of the following locales with adjusted spawn points: the Atlantic, Trident, Ring, and Fault Line. Hey, no North! Thank God. But they got Atlantic in there, which is not preferable. I hate that map. I hate Atlantic almost as much as I do North. And it's funny because they're basically similar maps. You have 3 domination points going through the center of the map, and it's a wide map but not a real long map. So it's kind of the same thing in playstyle. Anyway, season 4 rules: tier 5 ships, 7v7. The season runs from April 13th until April 27th. There are 13 ranks, and your irrevocable ranks are 13, 12, 10, 8, 6, and 1. So, if you get to rank 12... Oh, wait, never mind. I always do this. I always go from, you start at rank 1 and you get up to rank 13, but that ain't how it works. You start at rank 13, you go down to rank 1. So, that's the thing. So, yeah, your last revocable rank or irrevocable rank will be 6. So 5, 4, 3, 2 will troll the crap out of you until you get to 1. League 2 matchmaking at ranks 13 through 6, and League 1 matchmaking 5 to 1. So your last revocable rank, and they did this again. Wargaming, if you're watching this video, do us a favor. Make it so that you have a start it at 6 in this case. Okay, start the League 1 matchmaking at 6. So that friends that are trying to division together, because you give us that ability, friends that are trying to division together that both are in League 1 don't end up getting knocked apart from each other. That's so annoying. Please, please do something about that. I'm going to make sure I put it in their Discord as well. So I'll try to see if we can't do something about that. Just so that you can't fall out of League 1. Once you make League 1, you shouldn't be able to fall out of League 1. Just because, I mean, you've already proven that you can walk your way through the potatoes. You know what I mean? You've harvested all the potatoes you can harvest. You get to League 1. If you're playing with a buddy who's also in League 1 and he loses one match right off the bat and you've got a couple matches in the tank, suddenly he's back in the potatoes and you have to separate. It's so annoying. So I'll see what I can do with Wargaming on that. No more than 2 destroyers per team. No more than 2 players per division. So no full divisions. Nice. Mirror class matchmaking. Okay, so as with all the ranked battles, there are going to be the same number of destroyers, the same number of battleships, same number of cruisers per team. The number of ranks you climbed in Season 3 will carry over as the number of stars you receive at the start of Season 4. If a battle ends in a draw, it counts as a loss for both teams. The top player on the losing team retains their star, which is an amazing... I personally love that. That saves my bacon so much. After reaching rank 1, players no longer can participate in the ongoing season. Season 4 rewards, 500,000 credits, 25... we're not going to go through all of this. Either way, here's the rewards. You get a participant patch background, and it is awarded after the season, by the way. And Season 4 winter patch for reaching rank 1. Season 5 roles will be Tier 6 ships. That's nice. Getting us back up towards the bigger ships again. Tier 6 ships, 7v7. Season runs from May 4th till May 18th. 10 ranks. Irrevocable ranks, 10, 9, 6, 3, and 1. So that's a little bit nicer. And see, this one, you still have to get to rank 3. And this is where I would say that rank 6 should be like rank 5. Whatever the last or the very first tier of League 1 matchmaking should be the irrevocable rank for League 1. If you want to do it that way, fine. I don't have a problem with that. Take the number 3, make it a 5, and then go from there. But I don't want to have that problem where you're trying to play with a buddy, he loses one game, gets knocked out of the League 1, and you just got into... or you've got a few games, so you're still in League 1. So then you got to wait for him to win a game. And then he inevitably goes on and gets into, like, crappy matches where he loses 2 or 3 games in a row. And it just seems like you never end up getting back into a division. It's really, really annoying. So hopefully I can talk to them into maybe changing that part of it. No more than 2 destroyers per team, no more than 2 players per division. Mirror class matchmaking, the number of ranks you climbed in Season 4 will carry over as the number of stars you receive at the start of Season 5. If a battle ends in a draw, it counts as a loss for both teams, and the top player from the losing team retains a star. After reaching rank 1, players no longer can participate in the ongoing season. Those are all the normal things. Season 5 rewards. And photo mode in the port. Thank you! Thank you from all of the content creators. I don't normally do thumbnails for this reason. I hate having the UI up, blocking everything. So being able to close out the UI and take a better look at the ships to get thumbnails, thank you. Appreciate you. Much appreciate. Simply press the left trigger on either console to hide the interface. That's left or that'd be L2 for you, PlayStation folks. And then take a ultimate picture that's worthy of the best museums. There you go. So that'll be pretty cool. HUD scaling. The heads-up display interface now has an extra scaling option that you may find helpful when playing on smaller displays. You might even prefer your UI to be bigger. That's what she said. This can be selected in the settings menu. Now, my biggest thing would be whether or not, I don't know. We'll just have to see how they implement it. Is it going to be a scaling thing where you got like a number 1 through 10 or something like that, and the higher up on the scale, the bigger it is, and the lower, the smaller it is? We'll have to find out. National voiceovers. Another feature that you have asked for repeatedly is to have commanders that speak the language of the nation that ships belong to. Well, we've done it. Feel free to select the national setting in the audio options, and no matter what your client language is, your commanders will speak the same language of the ship's crew. This includes Jerzy Swirsky, which is the Polish commander for the Polish Lightning, aka the Bliskowicza, or Bliskowicza. I apologize. Please note, this setting overrides the Azure Lane's voiceover, so keep that in mind. If you want to play the Azure Lane commanders, and you like having their Japanese voices, if you choose this, you lose that, and it'll default back to the new national settings. Of course, as with all of these, if you're not interested in it, you can change it in the sound settings on your game. You go to voiceover mod and turn it from national back to default, I would imagine would be the default. Ship spotting changes. A small, albeit significant change to the spotting mechanics has been made in the game. The gist is, starting with this update, any ship that fires her main battery will remain visible to any ships that would spot her at that distance for 3 full seconds. Oh God. Destroyers, cruisers, you've played around long enough. If you fire your guns and expect to disappear immediately thereafter, you're not going to have that happen. So, at minimum, you will remain visible for at least 3 full seconds, even if the ship moves behind cover or outside of the radar detection zone. No more of this, hey, this guy just popped up, I'm looking at him, but he disappears immediately. None of that. He's going to be visible for at least 3 seconds, even if he breaks line of sight. So we're all going to have to get used to this mechanic, but I think overall that will be a nice change. It's going to definitely make things more interesting for destroyer and cruiser players who like to go around and just pop off their shots. Battleships were always spotted, so it doesn't really matter to us. But yeah, it's definitely going to help deal with... It's a visibility trail, which should help deal with any issues that caused ships that ride the edge of the visibility radius to flicker in and out of view. And that's what we talk about when the guy literally just gets spotted, you look at him, he disappears. It's like, come on, man. How are we supposed to shoot it? You gotta give us a moment. So yeah, that's gonna be an interesting change. So nothing too crazy there. Her increased visibility radius will last only 2 seconds. Otherwise, the increased spotting range after firing the main batteries is valid for 20 seconds. New premium goods. New premium ships are making their debut in the update, including the main battery reload booster equipped German cruiser. The Prinz Eugen is coming! The Prinz Eugen! I just saw a video from the Mighty Jingles on the Prinz Eugen recently, and from PC they didn't exactly enjoy the ship, but it has its moments. So I guess it's going to be an interesting... So this will be the 750,000 global XP cruiser. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Some new permanent camos will also be available, offered in honor of Victory Day and our mini anniversary. The full list is as follows: 1 year strong Boise. So the Boise's coming back out for a 1 year strong update. That'll be interesting to see what the camo is on that. Tier 5 German battleship Prinz Eitel Frederick. Holy crap. Tier 6 Soviet destroyer Leningrad. So the Leningrad's coming. Tier 6 British destroyer the Cossack. VE Day permanent camo for the Minsk, Alabama, New Orleans, Texas, Texas Alpha, and Eagle. Or Eagle. Not sure which. So, yeah, a lot of new stuff coming. And so you Germans are getting a couple new premium ships. The Soviets are getting a premium destroyer, high-tier premium destroyer. And the British destroyer line is getting a Tier 6 premium as well. So that'll be interesting. You'll be able to find out the sale start dates by visiting any of our info channels such as Facebook, Discord, or Reddit. Also, whenever you launch the game, new content is displayed within the slides on the right. Yep. And anytime that they release this kind of info, I usually put it in my community section on my channel as a copy-paste from Wargaming and list all the info that I can, just to try to keep everybody in the loop. Miscellaneous. There will be more goods on offer for credits in the store, but no containers at this time. Radar-equipped Tier 7 cruisers Baltimore, Chapayev, Edinburgh have received an animation for the consumable. Take note that this animation is only enabled on PS4 Pro and Xbox One X. Consider this a test run for the effect. Any experience, so that means you guys will get to see it on my channel. Woohoo! You're welcome. Any experience that you've earned on your Ultra Cruisers has been moved to the USS Albany. Cap had to leave town, and he said that it's not you, it's him. He might be back at some point, but there's some fishy business to attend to. Of course there is, because the fish leads the Cap. Everybody knows it. The order of the commanders when choosing inspiration now goes from oldest to newest nations. Commemorative flags are now sorted chronologically from oldest to newest. Rubles can still be spent on a small Soviet crate that has a chance of dropping a Russian battleship. Woo! That's cool. That's interesting. Bug fixes. A rare bug that led to a ship other than the currently chosen one being displayed in port. Been there, done that. It's freaked me out a couple times. I hit it and then I realized I did it and I backed out just to make sure that I was selecting the right ship. Russian commanders' biotext overlapping with their portraits. Yeah, we haven't really done the commander bios. I usually in the commander guide videos, I just go over their perks. If you guys want to know more about the commander bios, if you want me to make a video on reading the commander bios for each nation or something, let me know in the comments below. The animation of post-battle statistics tabs sometimes being delayed. Ishizuki not showing all of their of the fire sources correctly. And missing splash screen when purchasing commanders from the store. So, some bugs fixed, and a lot of new stuff added. So, that's the end of this video. I appreciate those of you who stopped by to check it out. Hopefully you guys are ready for this update. And once again, thank you guys for one incredible year on the YouTube channel. So if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.